Hello, this is No Political Parties, aka Jacob, who is continuing to expose this horrible, horrible, horrible program that so many of us have had our time wasted by, and we've been tortured by it, to put it plain and simple. You know, the story of Guantanamo Bay isn't just an isolated thing. The story of MK Ultra isn't just an isolated thing. The story of police officers harming people, those aren't isolated things either. The George Floyd thing, the Stephen Paddock thing. What if all of this was related because of bad leadership? What if the people were actually informed about this and then we were allowed to vote for maybe a candidate that conspired to allow this entire thing? The true conspiracy, which is not telling the public what the fuck is going on. That's the definition of conspiracy until our language evolved into something more deceptive. So I'm going to be straightforward just to be unique because being an honest, straightforward person, I might win an award worth $500,000. And now that's enough to not have to work like a slave because we're living in modern slavery. You want to keep your lights on, you got to work. That's slavery or indentured servant. Which one is it? Is it modern slavery or are we all indentured servants to the power company? The same thing that Nikola Tesla tried to tell us that, hey, I think I solved this energy thing, but that's not what we're allowed to have. No, we're fed a completely different thing. And Elon Musk is on side Edison, not side Tesla. While he sells Teslas, he says he likes Edison's business model. Okay? And yeah, that interview from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it's still relevant because guess what? He's selling you guys the equivalent of Edison's Band-Aid on a problem. Or you want to look cool with your light bulb? Well, there's going to be a high cost associated with being bougie. Okay? Where Edison was actually an inventor. I mean, not Edison, Tesla was actually an inventor. Edison was trying to profit off of it with the banks. And he was completely wrong with his inventions. So all you derp scouts that are trying to profit right now instead of realize what the most important thing is, you're all wrong. Each one of you is wrong. People are dying because of this. The worst violent events in history are happening because of this. People are being lied to in reference to all of this. It's not my opinion, it's a simple fact. And it might seem crazy for me to say all these things, but it's crazy to me how many days have passed since I discovered what the fuck is actually happening in this place, and it's still the same thing. It's really crazy to think about. Like, you found out, I found out, I'll give you an example, that literally the government is the biggest role in every single person's life. They essentially create the world that we live in through this targeting program. Every single person has had this influence their life in one way or another. And at any point in time, these sick bastards could tune into our literal vision from our own eyes, tap into that, and hijack millivolts of electrical charge that is running inside of our bodies to see through our own eyes. To even then add pain into our life that wasn't there, like a voodoo operator. That's truly what remote neural monitoring is. That's truly what this program is. And that's truly what I theorize the lion's share of human health problems is from. So this is chronic health problems. This is random aches and pains. Anything other than a stubbed toe, and you might have stubbed your toe because your brain state was destroyed because of this. So we can't even say that that happens all by itself. It's safe to say that every single thing that happens on this planet is directly or indirectly being affected by this satanic bullshit, for lack of a better term. And do these people have sticks in their asses? Yeah. Does the Church of Satan love sodomy? Yeah. So I'm fine with saying it, but does it bother you? And was it the political correctness that told you to feel some type of way about it? But that's enough opinion And let's get back to the science, because that's what I specialize in. So you hear my mouth has completely stopped moving, but there's a completely different conversation here in my room here. What the fuck is that, right? That's what anybody would be thinking. So what that is these psycho bastards that are scanning my environment and illegally scanning my brain state, literally reading the millivolts of my brain. And no computer nerd is smart enough to do that. I'm sorry. No one would even think of something this evil or be able to pull it off. This is our government, my girls and guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is the United States, baby. That's the only motherfucker that can do this. So you hear how that's 100% a woman using heavy modulation on her own speech. And the most amazing thing happens when I dial these settings around, you can hear the speech either clearer or less clear. So I can guarantee that that is an incoming transmission that means nothing but harm in my life. This is a Black Ops military grade transmission. If I was deployed and the people, including myself, if we got hit with something like this, that's a sign of an attack. This is an act of war. So my own government is waging a shadow war against me. My own government is waging a discrete war against me with trillions of dollars of communications infrastructure that has been secretly weaponized. That secret weaponization is talked about openly in the targeted justice lawsuit that they're trying to turn into a show trial. Dr. Richard or Mr. Richard Lighthouse went to Stanford, and he's made a website called targetedjustice.com that exposes the weaponization of the communications infrastructure, which is satellites and cell towers. And drones are capable of transmitting a harmful narrowband as well. So this is just a fact that this technology is out here, and I'm recording its activity. I'm recording a fucking black op happening in broad daylight, and my Twitch isn't going viral, dog. What the frick? Kids are playing Fortnite. The graphics have gotten worse. I'm literally recording Modern Warfare, my honky. listen when I change this just a little bit. See what I'm talking about, dude? I promise you, there's a hidden layer of communication right there that's so strong, it triggers the fray effect. I swear to God on my life, I know I'm right. I bet my life and every other targeted individual's life on this. I swear to God, dude, I'm right. And I took a huge fucking risk sharing this with the world. Maybe I didn't even comprehend what I was doing at the time. But here we are. I'm quadrupling the fuck down on it. This is the 334th video on the channel. Here we are, guys. We did it. Now, let's keep on keeping on with this momentum and say, you guys are either going to have to kill us or stop it. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. And hopefully they go with number 2, because that's the better option. These people are dumb as shit. They don't realize what they're doing. You know, does it take a genius to cause harm to another human? No, it takes an inconsiderate douchebag. And this, Stephen Paddock, and every single act of violence across the United States are all the same topic. If you haven't realized that yet for yourself and believe that entirely, then I don't know what you are doing here. You are wasting your time or being too skeptical, because I guarantee the chances of this not being around in any of those people that created those extremely violent scenarios out of absolutely fucking nowhere is 0. This is 100% what was used on every single one of those people. And now, partially thanks to targeted justice, because they've saved so many people's lives, they've saved so many people from doing dumb shit just because they feel like they've got no other options. Just because these people are constantly literally destroying your brain and your thought process while pulsing in these terrible suggestions. If you look at the data from what every one of these people that ended up doing terrible things had said, they all said that they were told to do these things by this technology. It was by people using this technology. These people work for the Department of Justice, either directly or indirectly. So thank you for engineering the world's worst episode of terror. Most terror created by the Department of Justice. The same people prosecuting. I could not make it up. I would not make it up. I did not make it up. And you know why I said this? Not to be a smartass. If I was going to be a smartass, oh my God, you've underestimated my abilities, my friend. No, this is to save lives. This is just to save lives. Just for shits and giggles, we'll go down to 95 megahertz, but I know we're going to get the same exact shit. Unless this FM changes to a different broadcast type, which it might. No, it didn't, and see, we're at 97 already. Oh my God. You hear how clear they just came in for a second? Listen to that. For the love of God. That's them, bro. I swear to God, on my life, that's them. I can't hear them at all right now. We just literally shifted the V2K from hitting my head to going through my computer speakers, and this is trillions of dollars worth of technology in use right now. I shit you not. And I've done this a bunch of times. So Whenever it's convenient for the Nobel Peace Prize people, I would really love my Nobel Peace Prize. So it would make my resume look that much better. And $500,000, man, times are tough right now. I could really buy a couple Bitcoin and it would not hurt.